you guys really enjoyed my reaction to Casket Girl by Fuji Kaze, and I really appreciate all the lovely comments you left. And I really enjoyed reading them and seeing all the suggestions more than anything you guys left for me. And one of those was I Need You Back. So we're definitely going to be diving into that today. But of course, before we get started, guys, I want to remind you all that I do post exclusive content over on my Patreon. So if you'd like to show me some extra love and support, go ahead and click on the link down below to my Patreon, and you can pick whatever tier is best for you. And if you do, I greatly appreciate it. I hope to see you guys over there. I meant to do this, but I forgot. It's okay. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and dive this and see what Fuji has for us with this song, and see what. That's all I need to say. I don't know what I'm trying to continue with this. Okay, anyways, let's do this thing. Here we go. I just gotta say, I love his style. It takes me like straight back to like I said before in Castle Girl. It takes me right back to like 80s, 90s rock, and I love it. And I love this statement already, where you can tell that he's almost, from my understanding, it seems like he's showing a lot of love and appreciation towards LGBTQ community with a lot of transgender dancers here. From the looks of it, even him himself, it looks like, I'm assuming this is him here in the middle. The fact that he's even kind of dressing up like them in terms of like, kind of showing love and respect to them. And that's really cool. That's a powerful statement. And I love that he's really showing love to a community that really deserves it. Really, really does deserve it. And that's really fucking awesome. I love that so much. Hell yes.
Alright, need his energy back. Alright, I've been missing you bad. Alright, I had enough with this apathy. How long have I gone astray? My passion has died away. Oh God, please can we just go back to those brighter days?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been scanning this. I wasn't wise, such an antagonist. It wasn't nice, I know, but I learned a lot, baby. Let me handle this again.
Whoa.
I need you back, yeah.
Woo!
Never wanted nothing like I want you. Tell me you've been mine. I need you back, yeah.
Woo!
Now it's not the time to die. I must be alive. Na 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 na. Now it's not the time to die. I'm alive. Where have you gone?
I think this is really cool. I think this is almost showing love and respect to everybody. I think is what it is. I think that goes beyond what I said before. Like, it's still in support of like LGBTQ, especially transgender people, but this goes on the fact that you can see that there are people from different ethnicities in this music video. There's people of different, ways of, I guess, style, I guess you could say, the way they might want to do their makeup. It's like, I think this is supposed to be almost like this representation of you can be whoever you want to be, and you should not be judged for that. You should be able to do whatever you would like to do that will allow you to love yourself. I think that it's most important, in my opinion, that we should all love ourselves for who we are. But if you feel the most happy, if you feel the most like yourself by dressing a certain way, putting on certain makeup, whatever the case may be, that should be what you should do. You should do what makes you happy, makes you feel most comfortable in your own skin and whatnot. But I think what's most important, though, is that we have to remember that within more than just an image that we show on our outside bodies, what's important is what's on the inside. Our hearts and souls are where our true selves lie, and that's where we should really always remember to focus on. Because the exterior is not always the most important part. What's important is the interior. And that's why I've always said, like, I don't care what kind of person you are. I don't care the way you look. I don't care what ethnicity you are. I don't know. I don't care all about that stuff. Like, I do, but I care more about what kind of person you are. I care more about what does your heart and soul represent. That is what I want to know. Because that is the type of person I want in my life. That's the type of person that's going to stay in my life. Is somebody who's a good person with a good heart and a good soul and whatnot. And that, I think, is really cool. Now, the actual lyrics of the song, I'm not sure what the message is. Because he's saying, like, I need you back, obviously. But he was also talking about, like... But see, the fact he's saying, like, I need you back, I'm almost wondering... It could almost be two different things, it seems like. It seems like he could be saying, like, I need you back, like, I need you back as in, like... the old him, if you will, like there's like, it's almost like it's almost like he lost himself, and so he's looking for his old self. So it's like, I want you back, like I want back that style of you. You know, it's almost like maybe like the industry has changed him, or like, you know, society has made him change. Like even when you go back a couple different lyrics here, he was even saying like, what was it? Let me go back and see if I can find it real quick. He was saying. It was before he got annihilated by a sandstorm for some reason. Here, I want to go back to the brighter days, you know, and that could be like the brighter days, like before the industry kind of maybe changed him or took over, or society changed or whatnot, in terms of like who they, you know, accept and whatnot, maybe, or it could be like going on and reflecting off of what he thinks about himself or whatnot, or maybe it's an old version of himself that he misses. So like I said, it could go two different ways, it seems like. I'm just not sure which way it would be, so I'm not sure. Either way I think it's either way that's both. I didn't realize you could say that two different ways. That's funny. Anyway, sorry. Either way, however you want to say it, I am actually thoroughly enjoying this song. This is just as good as Casket Girl, and again, I love his sounds. Yeah, I guess sound and style for that matter. And it really just, it's a sound of rock that I feel like we don't have in this industry, and to hear it in 2025 is so cool. I love it. So let's keep going. Woo!
Where have you gone? I'm all alone. Yes, I've been here living on my own. How can I go on without you coming home?
The acting is phenomenal too. I love it. And the dancers.
I wasn't right. Yeah, I've been scandalous. I wasn't wise. Such an antagonist. I know, but I learned a lot, baby. Let me handle this again.
See, the fact that he's saying I learned a lot makes me almost seem like that he's talking about himself, saying that I've learned a lot about myself and whatnot. I've kind of, in a way, really grown to almost maybe accept certain things about me and whatnot. Something like that, where he's like I said, he's reaching out to his older self, saying I want that version back. So he's like, I've learned a lot, so I know that if I go back to that old version of myself, I can apply the new stuff I've learned to that version and make my older version a bigger, better version of who I want to be. Something like that is what I'm thinking. That's what it sounds like, at least to me.
Baby, let me handle this again. Just once again. I need you back, baby.
Yeah.
I never wanted nothing like I want you. Tell me you'll be mine. I need you back. Yeah.
Woo!
Now it's not the time to die. I must be alive. Na 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 na.
Yeah. Woo!
Now it's not the time to die. I'm alive. Na 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 na. Now it's not the time to die. I'm alive.
Yeah. Woo!
I need you back in my life. I need you back in my life. I need you back.
Hell yeah. Aw. That's so cool. That was awesome. That was way too short. I mean, it was a whole 3-minute song, but it felt like it flew by. But yeah, that was so awesome. I love this guy. I really do. It's so cool because you guys even mentioned in the comments that he has like Japanese songs. But it's like, I'm curious, like, I'll be curious to now hear this like very like almost like American kind of maybe UK style of like 80s and 90s rock. Probably more maybe even a bit of like late 70s like overall 80s. I don't know if we really had this in the 90s. Maybe we no, not really. This might be more like late 70s, early, and all throughout all the 80s, actually, for that matter. I don't know. Regardless, though, I'd be curious to hear this style of music with Japanese lyrics, honestly. So I'm curious. Like, I'll have to dive into some of the Japanese stuff for you guys also, because I'm curious to hear what Japanese lyrics would sound like with this style of music. But overall, I really love the song. In all honesty, I love the inclusion of all the ethnicities, all the different types of like LGBTQ types of people there, and just the way that people were dressed and the way they want to, the awesome, really cool makeup, honestly. Like, even the makeup he had for himself was so cool, and I love seeing people express themselves in makeup. I've always said, like, I like makeup in terms of, like, is it art? I don't think it should be something that people should feel like they should need. I feel like it should be a way to allow people to express themselves as like a style of art almost. It's almost like, you paint a picture, you draw, or whatnot, you create music. I feel like makeup is the same way. I think that's also why we sometimes see makeup artists on YouTube or even like TikTok and Instagram do so well, because it's crazy, like where I've seen people, like even females, like transform themselves into like, I've seen like, I think I saw somebody like transform themselves completely into like a Jack Sparrow type thing, and I'm like, that's amazing. Like, you can't even tell that you're not Jack Sparrow. Like, the power of makeup is crazy to me. I love it as an art form. It's so cool. So that was really cool to see him really show that. And then like the idea of almost like going through like changes in life, learning about yourself and learning about how to accept yourself, and now saying like, okay, I want that old version of me back so that I can take what I learned and give that older version of myself the love and respect he deserves. And that's really cool. I mean, if that's the meaning, I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think the meaning was, or if you do know what the meaning was, because that's kind of like what I'm taking away, but I always like to hear what you guys say too. Like, what do you think the takeaway from this song was supposed to be? What was the message, if you will, but overall, phenomenal song. I'm loving this guy. I definitely going to take more consideration into the other songs you recommended into terms of what I should do next. But of course, if you guys have a good recommendation, like a good follow-up to this one, besides, I think that his most recent album, or one of the albums he's done, was named Prima. But I think you guys told me he also did a song called Prima, and I think you guys asked for that a lot too. But like I said, regardless, let me know in the comments down below if there's any good songs I should have as follow-up to this one, or just any songs I really would like, based off the two I've reacted to so far. So yeah. But anyways, guys, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel, click down below, and I'll go ahead and place my newly made reactions playlist for Fuji Kaze over here. You can check the most recent reaction, which of course was Casket Girl, if you haven't already, over here. As always, thank you all so much for watching and showing support, and I will see you all in the next video. Alright guys, bye!